Have you ever noticed that no one wakes up with a peaceful mind by accident? Most people expect that anxiety just walk away, or that one day the mind will change on its own. This is one of the biggest lies we learn to repeat. And you know what? Jesus never said that peace would come without effort. He said watch, consciously choosing what stays and what goes out of the mind. In other words, peace is a daily practice that starts within you. This video is not about theory or positive thinking. It's about small, repeatable actions that transform the mind before the fear transforms you. These aren't empty promises. They're simple, achievable actions that anyone can practice, and they've already changed my story, and they can change yours. If you're tired of being held hostage by anxiety, of waking up and going to sleep dominated by your own thoughts, stay with me. Today you'll see that training the mind is possible and necessary. Perhaps this is the push you need to begin experiencing the real relief and peace Jesus promised. One decision at a time, every day. First rule, your mind is like a muscle. You either train it or it weakens. Every day, without realizing it, it is bombarded by fear, anxiety, comparison, and doubt. If you don't train filters, your mind becomes a repository of random thoughts. What you don't control controls you. And anxiety loves a free mind. Training the mind is not a luxury, it is emotional survival. Jesus taught that the mouth speaks from what the heart is full of. It's the same with the mind. Fill it with fear, and it returns fear. Fill it with anxiety, and it returns anguish. Now, if you feed it with faith, prayer, and discipline, it learns to return it. Peace training. Your mind is choosing what you allow to live within you. Not training your mind is letting fear occupy every room. Practical example, think about the gym. An untrained body loses strength. An untrained mind loses direction. Training your mind means making simple choices every day. Monitor thoughts, to practice gratitude, pray and act with faith, even without desire. Small, constant actions. Anxiety will try to take over, but whoever trains the mind dominates before. Second rule, what you don't master starts to dominate you. An untrained mind is a land without an owner. And what grows in land without an owner? Anything, anxiety, fear, thoughts of failure, comparison, insecurity. Without realizing it, you react automatically. You explode at those who don't deserve it. You sabotage yourself. You entertain ideas that drain your day. A mind without direction chooses the easiest route, and it's almost never the best one. Jesus said that the human heart is deceitful. The mind follows suit when it has no limits. That's why it's so easy to wake up thinking the worst, or comparing yourself or imagining tragedies. It's not bad luck, it's mental repetition. The poorly trained mind seeks the familiar, fear and control. Practical example, someone criticizes you. Without training, the thought comes readily. See, I'm a failure. Or you wake up and say, today is going to be horrible. This negative anticipation isn't destiny, it's habit. Not training your mind is like leaving your front door wide open. Whoever wants to enter can come in. Fear, anxiety, sadness. To keep it out, the next step is to understand the secret of daily training. Third rule, discipline beats motivation. Many people try to overcome anxiety by waiting for the desire to arrive. Desire comes and goes. Discipline, you don't overcome fear when you feel like it. You overcome it when you do what you have to do, even without desire. It's useful for praying, reorganizing thoughts, and acting when the mind wants to freeze. Who expects motivation? Wait standing. Jesus didn't say pray when you feel like it. He said watch and pray. It's a daily practice because the biggest enemy of the anxious mind is inconstancy. The mind needs to be fed every day, like at the gym. One day doesn't change anything. Every day changes everything. The secret is not in the strength of emotion, but in the strength of habit. Practical example, that prayer you say without wanting to, the phrase of faith you repeat even without feeling it, the simple step you take tremblingly. This is training. The difference between those who win and those who sink is here. One waits to feel, the other all day until the mind learns another path. By persisting, you realize that the mind begins to obey and peace finds space. Fourth rule, to watch is train your mind every day. To watch is to pay attention, to observe, to notice. It is to be aware of the thoughts that are dominating you. Jesus knew that without watchfulness, the mind goes astray, and with it comes anxiety, fear, and anguish. Therefore, watching and praying is not pretty advice. It is mental survival manual. He also taught not to worry about tomorrow. Anxiety is excess of future. When you watch your mind, you learn to turn to the now and trusting God for what comes next. Watchfulness is practice, waking up and asking, what am I thinking? Does this bring me closer to God or further away? This simple check-in transforms the day. Practical example, set a fixed time, morning, afternoon and evening, to view your thoughts. Note the ones that recur most often. Ask, is it fact or fear? Which truth do I replace? Pray about it. Read a verse that confronts the lie. Watching and praying is spiritual and mental. When it becomes routine, fear and anxiety lose space. Fifth rule, training the mind is simpler than it seems. No magic formulas. Start with small, consistent habits. When you wake up, say out loud a phrase of faith before the cell phone. Today, God is with me. I will not live hostage to fear. This phrase is anchor. Start the day by giving direction to your thoughts before anxiety takes over. Another powerful practice is daily gratitude. Every night, write or speak 3 real reasons to be grateful. It can be simple: life, health, a good conversation. Gratitude trains the mind to focus on the present and on what's good. It cuts the root of anxiety, which tries to pull you into the future with scenarios of loss. It's real, repeatable training for anyone. And one more step, choose a small challenge a day. Something you've been putting off, or a gesture of courage. The secret is constancy, not size. Those who train their minds with small steps strengthen their faith for bigger challenges. The trained mind learns that it doesn't need to wait for anxiety to arrive before start acting. And now, which of these practices will you start today? Anxiety doesn't go away because we wait. It loses strength when we age. It is not enough to know. It is necessary put into practice. The mind changes when you practice, not when you just listen. Maybe the first step is as simple as choosing only tip and start today. When going to bed or waking up, you will continue leaving the fear and anxiety dictate the pace, or will decide train your mind every day. No one wins this fight in theory. It's through routine, habit, the small steps you take when no one is looking. The rules you saw here aren't magic, but they can be beginning of the turn that you've been waiting for. All you need is start with one step. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share with those who need to hear it. Here, we strengthen our minds and learn to live with real relief, one workout at a time.